Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. We are at 3:59 p.m. In fact, 10 seconds left until normal trading has ceased on the ASX. And as I speak, that's the XSO, the XJO is down about 1.25, 1.36%. So the markets have closed now, apart from the closing auction. So I'll come back to this particular page and look at what the XJO has done during the closing auction. Wouldn't be surprised to see it rising a little bit. Down 1.36% for the day is a fairly big drop. The overseas markets weren't down. I think the Nasdaq was up high. So I think a lot of tech stocks on the ASX probably had a little bit of a rise today, but we can check that out later in the video. Now on to, because I didn't do a daily update yesterday, and for those who don't know, I actually did my very first YouTube short on Task Group. They released their results yesterday, and I just wanted to test it out. And it was very easy to do, very quick, because I recorded the video in about 55 seconds, uploaded it without much, without no editing at all. Just had to put a little bit of description there, and it seems to have been liked. Not as liked as my video I did yesterday, which was 2 small cap stocks to buy. That has, the viewers of this channel have responded very well to that video. So more than likely, I'll do more videos like that. I'm trying to listen. Do videos that you like. Now on to announcements yesterday, and I actually did write these down because there were quite a few announcements I just want to go through. Now, for those interested in a company like Wesfarmers, a conglomerate on the ASX, a high-quality company, they had a strategy briefing day yesterday. In fact, their presentation was 105 pages long. So if you are interested in that company, I'll probably go through that particular presentation because they included all parts of their business, from Bunnings, Kmart, Target, to their chemicals, energy. They also have a lithium project as well. Now, the one thing I'm finding interesting about Wesfarmers is what's happening with the share price. So share price, I did actually have a look at this, and we actually have to go to the daily chart. Share price down about 3% today, and right on a nice little support level, which is the uptrend line. I was going to say uptrend line. Share price has actually fallen by more than 10% in the past month. So if you like this company, if you think there's good value at $47.82, this could be a good chance to buy the dip. That's up to you. I'm not going to force your arm to make you do anything you don't want to do. Another company that released their full-year results was Asapont Limited. I don't know anything about this company. Down 11.8% today, market cap 41 million. I did have a very quick look at their results, and I will have a quick look at most companies' full-year or half-year results, and I found nothing in those results that wants to make me have a closer look at that company. Droneshield at, where is Droneshield? There it is. Significant production operations ramp up. I thought maybe the market might react positively to that announcement, but it did not. In fact, it was a bit of a disappointment in my opinion, and share price has been falling over the past, since the 24th of January. Share price reached a high of 42 cents. Current share price is 26 cents, and it has fallen through that previous low. So that's a negative sign. That previous low was back in March. So share price of Droneshield moving into a bit of a downtrend. So this little bit of hype that was generated at the start of the year looks like it is falling away for this company. Market cap about $155 million. Next company was PFT. What's that? Pure? What time's that? 9:09. That's Pure Foods Tasmania, a trading update. Whenever I see the words trading update, I will always have a look at the announcement. Now, this was not in terms of guidance, revenue, or profit. This was in terms of their products. So sort of an interesting company. Now, they are selling products into, looks like Woolworths, a potato and gravy product. I've never seen that before. Rosemary and garlic, roast potato, roast medley, crispy duck fat roast potato. I have not seen any of these products, but the market has liked or did like this particular announcement from Pure Foods Tasmania. Share price did actually increase 20% on the back of this. And share price has been consolidating for almost 1 year, and we did see some pretty good volume coming in. Market cap of this company is about $16 million. I'm very wary of these type of companies that are selling products, manufacturing products and selling products to Woolworths, because Woolworths have all the power. And not a nice looking chart either. However, maybe the bottom has been reached for this company. Next company is LIC at 910. Lifestyle Communities Limited, another trading update. I did not have a look at this. Interesting enough, I am doing a video on the 20 best performing companies over the past decade. So those companies that have been listed for more than 10 years. And I just wanted to go through the best performing companies. And apart from mining companies and companies that have no revenue, and Lifestyle Communities came in at number 5. I have never had a look at this company before. Still have not had a look at this company before, but it has performed stellarly over the past 10 years. So let's just have a look at that chart just to prove this, because I actually did have a look at this when I was preparing for that video. And look at that chart. Going all the way back to 2013, share price back then was about 70 cents. Share price got as high as $24. So, yeah, market cap of this company, $1.7 billion. The other thing I should mention, that top 20 companies or performing companies are companies with a market cap above $1 billion. So look out for that video. I plan to release that video. In fact, I'm going to set it up or divide it into 4 different sections. Do 5 companies at a time. And Lifestyle Communities coming in at number 5. I did not expect that. Go Lifestyle Communities. We had another company, Alcidion, which is sort of has been a bit of a market darling or a cult stock on the ASX, Alcidion Group. I thought maybe the market might react to this announcement in that regards them signing a 2 Silverlink PCS contract renewals. Market didn't like it at all. Share price is at a long-term low for that company. Won't have a look at the chart for that. I want to get through this pretty quick. Task Group released their full year results around about 9:29 a.m. Share price has decreased today, which is understandable. Share price has increased a lot over the past few days, and no doubt there's going to be a little bit of profit taking on the back of that. Let's have a look at Task Group's chart fairly quickly. Yeah, so share price did break out of this above this nice little resistance level at right on 40 cents. Went all the way up to 57 cents, and a little bit of selling today. Pretty high volume as well. But that's a good thing. I like to see high volume, particularly when a company releases full year results or any sort of financial data or any sort of announcement. And we are seeing volume for this company increasing. That's a good thing. That is potentially, there is potential that fund managers are getting interested in this company. Little bit of bounce today as well. The low of the day was 47.5 cents. And no doubt, one of the reasons why the share price fell 11% was because of that really good run, and also because of overall weakness in the market today. Another company that released a trading update was Maggie Beer Holdings at 9.58. Trading update, and it looks like the market didn't like this. Down another 10% today. And I did have a quick look at this trading update, and I didn't see anything to like whatsoever. And this is an ugly looking chart. Share price decreasing from 63 cents back in, or over a year ago, down to 13 cents right now. And the share price has really tanked the last 3 days, falling 8% or 8.8%, 6.5%, and a further 10% today. I won't have a look at the trading update now, but it was not that positive. And Venture Services released an announcement. I definitely do like that company, but I'm not a shareholder. Our next company was Paladin. Went into trading hold 11:21 a.m. This was really interesting. So Paladin had a massive drop in the share price yesterday. I was almost going to do a YouTube short on this, to do 2 in 1 day. Massive decrease in share price yesterday of almost 20%. Then they went into trading halt because share price decreased a lot. And then Deep Yellow released an announcement in regards to the Namibia government. I'm never going to say that right. In regards to something happening there, I think then the government there wants some sort of stake in all the mining companies, and that's why Paladin Energy had a pretty big share price depreciation yesterday. I'll talk about them again later in the video. And then at 1:37 p.m., K&S Corporation released a profit guidance. This was a really good profit guidance. Now, the share price had cratered recently on pretty low volume. And I was thinking, oh, this could be a good time to buy because the share price actually did fall down to a nice little support level at around about $1.90. And today the share price has increased a little bit. But at one point in time, the share price today was as high as $2.40. So a little bit of selling came in today. That drove the share price down from $2.40 to $2.11. The reason why there was resistance because of all these shareholders who bought into higher prices. So a little bit of supply came on the market and there wasn't enough demand for shares in this company to buy all that supply, that added supply by all those holders who bought in, we'll say in March. And of course, a lot of investors, as soon as they buy into a company, want the share price to go up. If the share price goes down after they bought, they automatically think that company is a dog stock. I see this all the time. And that's the very definition of resistance. Those shareholders who had seen the share price fall for this company, saw the share price rise today and went, now's my opportunity to sell out at break even or a slight loss. That's supply. And we didn't have the demand. And we know there wasn't demand. Share price did fall a fair bit and not a lot of volume. So even though I did like this update, was it a profit guidance? I think it was called. It was a proper guy. I did like it. The market didn't like it as much as I did. Deep yellow at 253. Deep yellow response to Namibia media article. I won't get into that. Another company released their full year results at 3:25 p.m. That's IKEGPs. Share price up 6.9% today. So the market maybe has liked that announcement. Let's have a look at the chart. Share price has been dropping lately, and this was just a little bit of a rise, a little bit of a bounce, not a lot of volume. Although, comparatively speaking, compared to the last few months, good volume today, but it's moving into resistance area. I don't expect the share price to rally from here. For it to rally, would need much higher volume than what we saw today. And the last company to release an interesting announcement yesterday was Straker Translations at 4:28 p.m. Their full-year results. Barely profitable, but they are profitable, and market just went ho-hum. Market cap of 47 million. And of course, the chart for this company does look quite ugly, has fallen a fair bit. I was a shareholder of this company for a very brief period of time back in 2021 during the nice period here. The share price has been dropping a lot since then. So keep an eye on that because they are profitable, maybe even cash flow positive. Now on to today. Don't think there was anything else because I didn't write it down. And if I didn't write it down, I have to trust myself. Nothing happened after that, which was 4:28 p.m. Now on to the announcements today. And let's start all the way to the beginning of the day. And the first interesting announcement in terms of trading updates. And whenever I see the term trading update announcement, I've already said this probably in this video, I'll always have a look at the announcement. Good Drinks Australia. Sale of gaming licenses and trading update, and share price flat. So trading update didn't excite the market and didn't unnerve the market. So no excitement there when it comes to that announcement. Now that announcement, SRJ Technologies. I don't know anything about this company. Another trading update. So of course I had to have a look, and the reaction from the market: 31.2% up. Now fairly low base maybe, and I don't think there's a lot of volume in this company at all. And the trading update wasn't, to be fair with you, wasn't that exciting. Secured revenues totals £1 million, which exceeds full-year revenues for last year. So not a lot of revenue, probably definitely not profitable. This company, if you don't know what a company does, sometimes just open up their announcement and there should be an about section here. So SRJ Technologies provides specialized engineering services and containment management solutions, elevating customers' integrity management performance. I don't like all that stupid I'll say management speak, but just tell me what you do. You don't need all that elevating customers' integrity management performance. Just tell me what you do. Anyway, SRJ. Let's have a look at the chart. Is this a chart to get excited about? No. Massive down day on the 22nd of December last year, down 72.1%. Even though pretty good volume today, maybe. Share price up 31%. This is not a chart to get excited about. So move on to the next one. Now on to Bank of Queensland. Time's at 8:19. I think I missed it. 8:19. No, there it is. Bank of Queensland entry into enforceable undertakings with APRA and AUSTRAC. Sounds very boring, but it's not boring. because I think in this particular announcement, they have been told they have to pay $50 million or something like that because of money laundering. I don't know, something like that. It says in the announcement, APRA has also determined to apply capital adjustment to BOQ's minimum capital requirements, adding $50 million to BOQ's operational risk capital requirement. So maybe I've got it completely wrong. This has something to do with money laundering and counter-terrorism. I think governments around the world are going a little bit overboard on this, but share price of BOQ down 5.4%. Now, I have put this onto my watch list. So this might scare a lot of people. It doesn't scare me. And the main reason it does scare me is when you look at the chart, and I have had said a few comments in my videos about Bank of Queensland in terms of the valuation of this company right now. It does look attractive, and I have to agree with them. So this could be an interesting time to have a look at this company. So let's have a look at the long-term chart. We'll go have a look at the monthly chart for Bank of Queensland. So this goes all the way, we'll go all the way back to GFC or even further back. So during or just before the GFC, share price of Bank of Queensland got up to $17.50. Now, it has been dropping since then, and we know it's been dropping, or there has been a very long-term downtrend, because if you draw the lines at all the peaks, we can see those peaks getting lower and lower. That's actually a bad sign. But if we go back through the last 15, 16 years, whenever the share price gets below about $6.50, even $6, that's a good time to buy this company, because more than likely the valuation of this company and the sentiment in this company is so negative, the valuation of this company is now down to attractive levels. So that's the only reason I'd think of buying this company. It would only be for a trading, short to medium term trade, expecting a bit of a bounce in the share price. So that's what I would be expecting from Bank of Queensland. But the chart looks pretty bad in a downtrend since about the middle of 2021. So very unlike the major or four major banks, this is definitely looking more interesting. Now, I wouldn't look at the price to earnings ratio, nice dividend yield, but this is definitely one I put onto my radar just because of what the chart's doing and the current valuation. And I think maybe the bad news has already been priced in. You never know. There could be more bad news ahead. Excuse me. Betmakers execute strategic operational restructure. I haven't had a look at this, but more than likely this is saving costs, spending much, much less, because this company thought, well, all we have to do is increase our revenue. It doesn't really matter how much we spend to increase our revenue. And if you just have a look at the chart of that company, it's been a downtrend for a long time. Share price has fallen from $1.50, maybe even higher than that, all the way down to 15 cents. However, share price up 20% today. So this is the sort of thing companies need to do. So let's have a quick look at Betmakers' chart, because it has been horrible. Very similar to many, I'll get rid of this long-term trend. So share price reached a high of $1.62 way back in the middle of 2021 and has fallen from that to 15 cents. This is the very definition of long-term downtrend and no end in sight, because share price is not consolidating. So even though the share price increased 20% today, that doesn't excite me, because we've seen the share price respond favorably in the past, up 12% on the 21st of April, up 16.7% on the 5th of December. And those have been one-off days. Nice volume today. That's probably the one big difference between those other 2 days. Some good volume today. So maybe this could be the start of the turnaround story for Betmakers, but I wouldn't count on that. Roa Biosurgery, a company I do like, and a company I did make a small nibble in, released their full year results. So I would expect this to go down 7.4%. Nothing, I don't care about those little short-term gyrations in the share price. This is a long-term, this is a very long-term play for me, just this nibble. And then if I see them executing, I will add to my portfolio. So that's how I do these sort of companies. Small nibble, and then I need to see them executing. And then I'll add to my position. Bayside Studios investor presentation. 5.6%. That's just for me. Champion Iron released their full year results. Share price down 1.6. I did not have a look at those results. Another company, I did hear about this. PeopleIN were doing a restructuring. Strategic review concluded and earnings guidance reaffirmed. I had a quick look at this, and it seemed like they said, well, what we're doing is working, so why change it? That was their strategic review. I could be completely wrong. The The strategic review has confirmed that PeopleIN is best positioned to continue executing on its existing 3-year strategic plan with a focus on blah, blah, blah. So what the strategic review says, their initial strategic review, their 3-year strategic plan was good. There's no need to change it. So maybe that has eased the fears in the market. Let's have a look. Down 2%. I am going to put this onto my watch list too, because share price has been a downtrend. I wouldn't classify this company as a high quality company. There's definitely a double bottom there. So if the share price falls below $2.50, that would be concerning. Now, markup 294 million, dividend yield 4.7%, price to earnings ratio 10.9. So I'm going to have a closer look at this company in the next few weeks. I don't expect the share price to go on a massive run from here. If it didn't go on a run today, I don't think it'll go on a massive run. So another company to put on my watch list, PeopleIN. Thorn Group at 9.32, so I have to go all the way up. Thorn Group released their 4-year results. Share price up 7.7%, $1.11. This company, I started looking at this company. I still remember looking at this company back in 2011 or 12, thinking, this is an interesting company. And I'm glad I didn't take a position. So you can see back in 2011, the share price was in a beautiful uptrend. So that uptrend went from about 2009 all the way through to 2014. Share price went from about $4 to $30. Now, I think this company did go through a share consolidation or something like that. Share price didn't get to $30 there, but you can see what happened. This company went from having some really good tailwinds to having some really bad headwinds. Share price dropped from $30 all the way down to a low of 29 cents back in March 2020 during the COVID-19 financial panic. I haven't had a look at this company for a while. Maybe this is time for me to have another look at Thorn Group. If you don't know what they do, all you have to do is click on the results or announcement, and they have it really low, small writing right at the bottom here. Thorn Group is a diversified financial services company providing funding solutions for small to medium businesses. I remember Thorn Group as the company that provided the financing for Harvey Norman or something like that. Those not gift cards, but those not buy now, pay later, but something similar to that. Anyway, so it seems like they're on the same sort of doing the same sort of thing now. Paladin at 9.40, response to media commentary in regards to that government, which I won't name because I'll totally screw up the pronouncement. The can't even say the word that should be saying. Mess up the pronunciation. I have to think about it. So Paladin notes recent media commentary regarding a potential desire for the Namibian government to own a minority equity interest in mining and petroleum companies. Blah blah blah. Market didn't really care about it. Seems like. Although I didn't notice when you look at their chart today, or the 1-day candlestick, there was an initial reaction. It's you have to look at the daily chart, not Peninsula, PDN. So if we go to, we'll go have a look at the 5-minute chart. So you can see that massive drop in share price yesterday, and today when they opened up trading again, the share price was actually up about 7%. And then there was a little bit of selling. In fact, the share price went down below yesterday's low. So the market wasn't that happy with their response. So if you do like Paladin, markup $2 billion. That's a little bit extreme, I think. Anyway, that's Paladin. The next company I wanted to have a look at, now I am cheating here, and that company is Zelira Therapeutics. Zelira's diabetic nerve pain drug outperforms like you'll notice that sometimes I can't pronounce words, and this is another word I can't pronounce, Lyrica. So this sounded really good. I actually had a look at this announcement just before I started recording, and I went, oh, this actually sounds interesting, because this announcement was released after 10 a.m. So I usually at 10 a.m. I go away, do other stuff. So I came back to my computer just before close, and I had a look at some of the announcements released after 10 a.m. I saw this one, I went, this does actually sound interesting. So I thought, how did the market react to this announcement? up 224%. The market absolutely loved this announcement. I would not, market cap 10%, $10 million. So the market cap now is only, say, $24 million or something silly like that. But let's have a look at the chart. What was it? ZLD. Zelira Therapeutics. So that's a 5-minute chart. You can see, even on open, the share price opened at $1.18 and closed at $3.18. So a lot of buying through the day. The volume just kept on going. So we had a couple of dips, or just one dip. Share price went from about $3.25 down to $2. So day traders, no doubt, are in this right now. You will see a lot of day trading for this company, because whenever you see the share price up like that, there will be day traders. So let's have a look at the daily chart. And this daily chart does excite me because the share price almost closed at its high. In fact, according to TradingView, share price $3.18. Current time is 4:25. So that does not include the closing auction. So let's have a look at share price $3.05. So there was a little bit of selling on closing auction. So share price down 13 cents. So now what do you call the tail to the top of the shadow to the top of the 1-day candlestick is going to be a little bit longer than this. Now you'll notice back about a year ago, there was some interest in this company. Share price went from about $1 all the way up to a high of $5 in about 6 trading days. And the share price is in that level now. So there will be some shareholders who bought about a year ago who have seen the opportunity to get out. So that is a little bit of supply. And if we didn't see that happen last year, I would be even more interested in this company right now. So this is the sort of announcement I will take notice to. And even though the share price has increased by 224%, that won't exclude me from taking a position in this company, particularly if I see good market reaction over the next few days. If we see extreme selling in the next 2 days, I would say the share price might fall a fair bit like it did back 1 year ago. You can see a lot of selling in 3 days in a row, and you can't see the volume there because the volume today was just extreme. And so that's what I'll be looking for. If I see the share price going sideways, that's a good sign. If you see share price going a little bit higher, I probably would expect a bit of selling. But if I see the share price just going sideways, that's telling me there is no supply and there's still demand. And even if there is supply, there's equal demand to keep the share price up. But if we see a lot of supply coming on and the share price drops, that's telling me the demand's not there. Well, what happened today? There was a lot of demand for shares in this company, and more than likely, that was some day traders getting really excited. And so I was thinking about doing another YouTube short today, but I couldn't think of a company to do it on. So this is obvious. I'll do it on Zelira Therapeutics. And one more company to touch upon. Dicker Data had the AGM presentation, up 1.3%. So again, we're still in AGM season. Main AGM season is in November. We go through a secondary one in May, because some companies' financial year is identical to the calendar year, like Dicker Data, and all these other ones that have AGMs today, like Far Limited, who has a market cap of 66 million. I'm pretty sure that's oil. And that might be it, unless other companies have released announcements recently. And FinTech Chain preliminary fund report. I don't know much about this company, market cap $12 million. So let's have a look at the best performing companies on the day. Before we have a look at that, I was going to actually have a look at the XGO. Did it go up or down after closing or in the closing auction? Well, 1.64. So a lot of selling on the closing auction. I thought, so you can have an opinion whether on closing auction the market might be buying or selling. And obviously today, the closing or the market decided to sell off. So they were a little bit nervous, and that was a big sell-off. And that's doesn't mean it's necessarily negative for tomorrow, but that's a pretty big sell-off. So let's have a look at the worst performing companies on the XGO and the XSO. Actually, we'll do the XAO, your all ordinaries. Get a little bit more companies in this. Best performing companies today were AKP. I think they had an announcement today, didn't they? I did see them in the list. Or was that yesterday? What's today's date? 31st. Change of directors and interest notice. Response to price query. So obviously something's been happening with this. Oh, up 34% yesterday. I sort of missed that, and up 20%. I don't know about this company. This company goes through these hype cycles. I've been not following this company, but I've been aware for this company for over 10 years, and nothing's happening. They do some sort of audio stuff. I forget what they do. Engages in the development of digital speakers. They've been developing these digital speakers for 10 years. And for some reason, the market's got really excited the last 2 days. It's just silly excitement, I think, from the market. That's all I'm going to say for that. What's that company called again? Audio Pixels Holdings. Betmakers, second best performing company in the XAO. Appen up 12.8% again today. What's happening with Appen? I really feel sorry for those silly shareholders who sold on the announcement of the capital raising at $1.90 because the share price has been on a run. For some reason, the market loves this company now. Went from hating it to loving it in about 2 weeks. Insane. Appen, Tua, Satire, another good day. So a lot of these, Weebit Nano, a lot of these, I saw those tech companies. Tech had a good day on the NASDAQ again last night, so this is not surprising. Symbio, PlaySide, worst performing companies. I don't know anything about this company. 88E, Javoy, so a lot of mining companies, Aroa, Catapult, which had some really good days, Peninsula, which is uranium, coal company, another uranium, Zip had a bad day, Magnus, PointsBet, know why, Bank of Queensland, there it is, Bravura, Tyro, bad day as well. And then the XSO, not quite as bad as day as the XGO, nowhere near as bad, in fact. And on that, the best performing companies, again, Appen, Weebit Nano, 29 mils, nice little run today. Imogen, Megaport, another good day for Megaport, Austil, Core Lithium, so maybe some lithium companies had a good day. BrainChip, Telix, Parenti, and the worst performing companies. Kogan had a bad day. Select Harvest, bad day too. That's okay. And Audinate. Audinate. Anyway, top gainers, we'll have a quick look at this because... So Zelira by far was the best performing company. Solace Minerals, I don't know anything about that company. So Zelira Therapeutics now has a market cap of 36 million. Solace Minerals up 96%. Golden State Mining up 70%. Kazali Resources up 44%. SRJ, which I mentioned, up 31%. And then Audio Pixels, Betmakers, and not many... Azure Minerals, 210 market cap, up 14.8%. Appen, one of the best performing companies on the ASX. And then top losers today. Stavely Minerals did have an announcement, down 28.6%. I did not have a close look at that announcement. Discovery Alaska, any big companies here. Hastings Technology was that big one, 220 million market cap. Next Science down big, and then PPK Group, and that's about it. Task Group, Aspermont, Maggie Beer, all companies I've already mentioned in today's video. So I think that's it for today's video because I've been talking for a while now, 33 minutes. Anyway, I did have to talk about 2 days, and I'll probably maybe I'll record a YouTube short. If you have any questions about any companies I featured in today's video, just leave those in the comment section. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.